Shut up and sit down.
Welcome, everybody, to the 3POA podcast, episode 15. I am your host, Laserpants. We are going to talk about some G.I. Joes tonight. I do have subscriber-only, the function on the chat there. So if you don't subscribe, you can't chat. So hopefully you subscribe. We've been gaining. It's been good. We're reaching our goal slowly but surely. But let's introduce my first co-host. Tony, what's up, Desert Rat? How's it going, man?
Awesome. Evening chat. Rocking the Cobra shirt tonight. I love this Cobra shirt. It's a nice
Action
fit
Force.
too.
Yeah.
Very
nice.
You were an Action Force on a G.I. Joe stream.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, don't feed the trolls, man. Don't feed the trolls.
Okay.
At least Bobby pulled out a G.I. Joe t-shirt.
Yeah, he's got one on for sure. In fact, let's bring him in.
Yeah.
Bobby, welcome to the show.
Look at that. Rocking my Avril Lavigne shirt tonight, baby.
Very nice.
Oh, that's
What's
not
her-
Lady J.
I thought it was more like Zartan with long hair.
Yeah. I'll go with that, man.
Yeah, well, it was an exciting stream yesterday with your
Yeah.
Series 3 reveals.
Yeah, that was a good show. Thank you to everyone that came. Tony, thank you for all your money, for your super chats.
My
Ryan,
pleasure, Bobby.
for the help as always.
Yeah. I think the most... Go ahead.
Yeah, it's getting a lot of good views. People are really digging that. They love that behind the scenes stuff, and I like sharing that stuff because to me it's like that stuff never ever gets old. I love it. More companies should do it. I don't know why they don't. I mean, I get it. It's like you want to protect yourself. Like, you know, I definitely have to worry. Like, well, what if I say we're changing something and we don't, or the factory doesn't, or they miss her? That kind of thing. But at the same time, you guys should be involved. You're the customers. You're the ones buying this stuff. This stuff is kind of made for you guys. So you should know how the thing that you're buying is made.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a really cool insight, you know, peek behind the curtain type of thing that we don't really get to see from other companies.
And like you say, but it never gets old. Like for you as a toy designer, for us as collectors, it doesn't get old. You know, if you take a look back at, you know, the documentary I did about Action Man, I was never ever going to make that documentary if I could not show behind the scenes stuff, whether it be images from toy fairs that people had never seen before to production samples of items. I was like, if I just go out and make a documentary where everything you see in it is just the same toys that you saw in all the toy catalogs, I've failed. You know, I had to get this behind the scenes stuff. And that's why my video about the Robo-Skull is probably, it's up there in like the top 3 videos that I'm most proud of that I've ever made, because of all that stuff. So yeah, keep it coming, Bobby. We love it.
You got it, baby. You guys want it? I'll keep it coming.
It was really exciting to find out that Avril Lavigne, Series 3, special celebrity. So,
what I wouldn't give to get her in the line. Shit. She's little.
She come in a 2-pack with a skater boy.
Yeah, right. Dude, her skater boy days are long gone, man. She went from cool, like edgy skater girl for like one album, and then she was like, "Nah, I'm gonna go poppy because that gives me millions of dollars." So,
I don't
I
think she was.
I saw her a bunch of times in concert. She ran past me at one, and then she waved to me at another. Yeah, suck it.
I just want to say I don't think she was ever that edgy.
No, she was not. She was
Okay.
not.
Okay, good.
But in the time, you got to think like early 2000s when she came out, she was doing stuff that like you had Britney and Christina and Mandy Moore and Jessica Simpson. They were all kind of doing the same thing. The poppy, really good looking, pretty, make all done up girl. And then this little kind of spunky Avril Lavigne shows up, like baggy pants and a tie. And you're like, whoa, what is this?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if the stream just turned into an Avril Lavigne show. But
I was just going to say, that's probably enough Avril Lavigne talk for the evening. We could probably move on.
Can I just ask one question before we move on?
Yeah.
I wasn't aware of this, but do you kind of have a thing for Avril Lavigne like Michael French is with Kylie Minogue?
Yes. 100%. 100%.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, she was like one of she was my celebrity music crush. I mean, granted, who doesn't love Britney in her prime, or Christina during her dirty phase, but Avril Lavigne, I dug her, man. She's Canadian, she play hockey.
So G.I. Joe.
Hold on, Ryan. Hold on.
Okay.
You're sitting there without saying anything, and you're passing judgment on Bobby with your facial expressions.
No, not me.
You were like,
hey, you
like
let
this.
him pass judgment. I'm comfortable in my love of Avril Lavigne as Michael is with Kylie. I'm sure one day we'll reveal Ryan's like closet celebrity crush, and it's going to be like Stephanie Tanner from Full House or something like that.
She's pretty hot nowadays.
She's super hot now, and she survived meth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to put it into perspective real quick. Like, if you'd have passed judgment on a friend for their like of a whatever pop star, you can't do it while sitting in a room filled with action figures. We're three massive nerds here. I mean, you rock the Avril Lavigne shirt loud and proud.
Listen, if I could fit into one of Danielle Kelly's rash guards, I'd wear that. But she's really, really little, and I can't pull them off the wall and put one on.
All right. Yep, Kieran, you're right. He says Laser Pants only has eyes for his heat gun. Spot on, man. Thank you.
Good call. Good call.
So we've been going through a bit of a dry spell with G.I. Joe Classified. Like the last figure I got was the bat, and I want to say that was January when I got the bats. Like nothing really else has been landing in my area, at least.
I ordered an Alley Viper from Big Bad, and I just got it a few weeks ago. But those went up for pre-order like a while ago. But I know like a lot of people had gotten their Alley Viper months and months ago.
Yeah, it was like Alley Viper and the bat, and then a Gung Ho repack were in that same case.
Yeah.
3 POA is 3 persons obsessing Avril.
I'll fight both of them for her.
All right, so
well, you say a dry spell, Ryan. We've had a lot of announcements, a lot of pre-orders.
Sure.
But yeah, they're not delivering product. I know in the UK, the guys like Dan Hu and stuff have already got the Python Patrol Vipers. They've got Tiger Force Outback. I'm trying to think there was another.
Yeah, I've seen people have Spirit and Storm Shadow. Some people have those.
I think
but not many.
They are ordering them from like CMD store, I think, which is in Canada, and they're paying a premium to get them. Gotcha. But I don't think they've hit like traditional US retail yet. And Dan Hu, those guys in the UK, it seems like they get our store exclusives first. Like if it's a Target, a Walgreens, like Dan Hu just sent me a Walgreens exclusive Marvel Legend that he's had it there for a while.
Figure?
Huh?
Was it the Jigsaw figure he sent you?
Yes.
That's the one that I've been asking you to get for me, like help me out because I live in the middle of bumfuck nowhere.
So I have 3 coming. You okay now?
Wow.
I pat you on the head. Give you a cookie.
Thank you, Dan Who Reviews.
No, actually, I'm getting one from him, but they went up on Walgreens 2 days ago, and I got 2 more.
Right.
Yeah.
So you won't have them in hand by the time I get back from Joe Fest.
Well, I'll bring one to Joe Fest for you. How's that?
Yeah. All the my Walmarts and Targets, all they have are gung hos and movie figures, just peg warming.
Yeah. It's been a little dry. So, Bobby, you threw out the idea for this topic. We're gonna go through our top most wanted G.I. Joe classified figures.
Isn't that funny? The guy that supposedly hates G.I. Joe threw out the idea of a classified want list.
Yeah. I know I hate him too, but I don't know.
Man.
It's weird. Even though I have almost all of them.
There's a massive difference between wanting G.I. Joe to be good and hating it.
Right.
You don't have. I remember, back in the days before you were big time Bobby, when you didn't have an office, you used to stream out of the spare room in your house. Wasn't that room filled like floor to ceiling, every wall with G.I. Joe? Yeah.
And I was packing up comic orders and prototype armament sets on the flag. So
right.
Yeah, it's crazy how obsessive someone's hatred for a toy line can get.
Crazy. Hate it so much that you just live in it.
So did you move your collection to the office there, like the flag and everything?
No. I kept my Joe room at home because I have every wall is lined with Joe figures, and then I have all my prototype cases. Some of my 2-ups, my unreleased figures, that sort of thing. I left those there. The only thing I brought to the office was my Steel Brigade collection.
Cool. What's that, Tony?
This is my prototype Valaverse playset that Bobby's going to bring out in 2023.
Very nice.
It just happened to be randomly sitting there.
So we went ahead and picked 3 Joes and 3 Cobras for our list, 3 each. So I want to start with Joes. And the ones that I picked, I had to go find out what they were named because I don't remember what the names of the figures I had when I was a kid. All right, Bobby, you were up first, and you chose for your number 1. Say it.
Yeah. So I know this is probably going to rub some people the wrong way because a lot of hardcore Joe fans do not like the late 80s / early 90s figures. It's the downturn for them. For me, being born in 82, I got into Joe 86, 87, the later 80s. And then for me, the Deke show was my jam as a kid. It's G.I. Joe the movie was on, Cartoon Network or whatever channel it was on, but it was the Deke era. So to me, it's this, General Hawk, Metalhead, Free Fall. This was kind of my era. So 88 is my all-time favorite year, but 89's amazing. 90 is fantastic. 91 starts with the neon colors, but 91 has amazing figures. But this General Hawk specifically, I remember getting this figure and I'm like, dude, because I saw him, he's on the intro of the Deke cartoon. And it's whoa, he's got a jetpack and he fires missiles. You don't get cooler than that. And it's dude, he's the leader of the Joes. He's a general. And it's he went from General Hawk just rocking just a bomber jacket to now he's actually cool and doing battle. And that's why I dug this figure, man. He's super cool. His helmet comes off. He had a pretty cool, double-barreled, weird shotgun-looking thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I was at Hasbro and I was on the G.I. Joe brand, I was doing a lot of the figure designs for the Collector Club, the last 2 years of the Collector Club stuff. So I was pitching them ideas for figures, and I did the build and the design for the modern day General Hawk, flight suit figure for the Collectors Club. So it was nice that I got to work on that figure because I loved this figure so much. This is a good one.
Cool. Yeah, that's they call this version 2 General Hawk, or
Yeah.
Cool.
No, that's version 3 or 4. Well, it's really confusing, right? Because if you go on,
Hawk. Yeah, you have Hawk, and then he becomes General Hawk.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
Yeah, so like the 1986 General Hawk to me is version 1 of General Hawk.
Yeah.
Because the first Hawk, he didn't have a rank on the figure. In the comics, he was a colonel before he got promoted. But of the early 90s, I've got to admit, Bobby, I've never really paid too much attention to this particular figure. From that era, man, this is a solid figure. I like the design of this.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, when I was a kid, if the figure had a jetpack, I was in.
Right?
You know, and then you throw wings on the jetpack, that's a bonus.
Yeah, the wings moved, like they articulate, the missiles come off. I mean, granted, you fire missiles off a jetpack, you're either crashing or blowing up. But listen, man, that non-believable stuff was awesome.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Okay.
Jetpack, wings move, big looking head. This is the inspiration for the Swarm, isn't it?
See that? Absolutely. Absolutely.
Really?
It's kind of fitting that this is my first figure that I want, a figure with a jetpack. I'm a sucker for jetpacks, man. I love the Rocketeer. Shit, man.
Are you telling me you ripped off G.I. Joe for your line? Wow, Bobby. Wow.
Isn't it pretty freaking obvious?
All right, let's move on to Tony's first pick. Now, Tony's first pick is super lame. So I'll just bring it up. And that's Hit and Run.
All my picks are super
kidding.
lame.
No.
Stole this from me.
This is actually quite a rare version of Hit and Run. This was this a store exclusive, Bobby?
Well, so what you're showing there is the Target exclusive Hit and Run, but that is not the correct file card. The Target exclusive file card, I believe, is orange or yellow. I have one of those. I have the Target exclusive one. But yeah, they did the regular version in 88, and then in 89 they did a Target exclusive where he came with the same exact mail away parachute that was offered years before that.
Yeah, it was an addition of the parachute. So I've actually got the figure here.
It's interesting he came with a parachute because he's not a parachutist, he's a rock climber.
He's light infantry. I like that the knife has got somewhere to holster in his bag. The handle on the duffel bag actually rolls up where you can feed the rope out, which goes through a loop in his belt. He's got a cool little carbine rifle. But for me as a kid, I saw this, I was kind of getting out of G.I. Joe by the time this figure came out, but I could not get past full face paint all over the face, down the arms. And anyone who's served in the military and has been in a type of role where you have to wear what we call cam cream, or it's not because it's not paint, it's a cream you put on. If you ever see a guy who's got like camouflage on his face, but he doesn't put it on his ears or he doesn't put it on his hands, and you stand back from a distance, he's got this camouflage face, and then he's got these white ears sticking out and these white hands. This guy has no idea what he's doing. You're literally supposed to cover every part of your exposed flesh with it. It's just a really, really badass design. This reminds me of those guys in Clear and Present Danger, the Harrison Ford, Jack Ryan movie where they send I think they're Marine Recon. They send them into South America, and they're always cammed up and stuff. I'll be honest, I know nothing about this character. I've never read comics about him. It's just a design aesthetic. He's got a cool rifle, a cool knife, and camouflage paint. So,
the fact that he's all camouflage painted up, I mean, that would make a good army builder because they could all look the same.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. George Aiken.
Sorry, he'd make a great classified figure because of his secondaries, like his harness and stuff. It drops down around like his legs, like kind of like on the Swarm Trooper. He would be a really, really cool looking, classified figure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
George Aiken would like to know if you're growing mutton chops, Tony.
Yes, I am. So for those of you who don't know, Grace left here on Thursday. She's gone to Thailand for close to 3 weeks to visit the family. Grace does not like me having facial hair, so as soon as she left, I stopped shaving. And I said to her on a live chat last night, I said, look, I might keep this because it would just be awesome to like walk around Joe Fest and no one will be able to tell the difference between me and Bobby. They'll just get confused. Maybe Bobby will have to wear the Avril Lavigne shirt to give them a clue. But no, but most likely I'll have to shave this off when she gets back. Yeah.
Well, my first pick is one they've kind of already released or they're about to, but not this version. And it's Outback. I love this. I love this figure. When I was a kid, this was my Chuck Norris figure.
It's a great figure.
Yeah, I always pretended he was Chuck Norris. He was like a one-man army type of character. I just love the simplicity, the white T-shirt, the camo pants. Yeah, it's a cool figure. The red hair, the bright orange red hair sticks out. Tony, what the hell are you looking at?
So I'm a member of Reclaimers Vintage Toys Patreon. The reason Reclaimers has a Patreon, they're not a YouTube channel. Basically, for $2 a month, I get like 48 hours of early. He puts all of his product that's for sale up on Patreon, I think for 48 hours. And I was eyeing up a minty Outback figure this morning that he had for sale, and I nearly said to him, "Yeah, I'll claim it," and I didn't. And then you pulled this up here, and I'm buying it. Fuck it.
Yeah,
love it.
I am happy that I can enable you.
I love how many times one of us will buy something during the stream, like
Ryan, is that an Anchorman behind you, or are you just happy to see us?
Yeah, where's mine? Oh, mine's like out the hall.
Yep. I bought the Anchorman during the show, and I bought that Jackal vehicle during the show.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys are a bad influence. All right, so I guess we can go on to number 2. Bobby, your number 2, Falcon.
Oh yeah,
fuck, he's got him for sale as well.
This figure, to me, it was like he was like the perfect iteration of like a Green Army man. Like he was just cool, man. He's got camo. His backpack was cool. He had a green beret on. Like this is a great figure. He just looks super cool. Yeah, I mean, I can't really say like there's not something that like stands out about him that I'm like, that's why this figure is awesome, but he's just cool. Like everything about him is cool. I mean, granted, he's got a shotgun. I don't think I'd go into battle with a shotgun, but he's an awesome looking figure.
Tony,
and then he was such a badass character in the G.I. Joe movie. He was voiced by Don Johnson.
He was a douchebag in the movie.
yeah, kind of. In the end, he redeemed himself. Come on, that's the how characterization is done.
Yep. Hey, here we go. Strident says Falcon is rumored to be coming.
Oh, awesome!
Right on. How do you feel about his beret, Tony?
So on the artwork there, not a fan.
Mm-hmm.
But on the actual figure,
it looks like a French cap.
Yeah. The badge is too far round to the side of the head as well. But on the actual figure, this is not a bad sculpt. Like, I completely agree with Bobby. I would give him a different weapon. He to me looks more like he should have an M16. But I really like this figure. I liked it when I was a kid. I love the radio antenna that's actually removable from the backpack. And Reclaimers Vintage Toys did have one up for sale for $50, but I just bought it.
Nice.
That's a good deal, man.
This is going to be an expensive strip. I might spend more on Reclaimers during this than I did on Super Chats yesterday.
Grayson's going to come home. You're going to be broke and bearded.
Yes.
A nice minty one? You got a nice minty one?
Reclaimers only sells nice minty with stuff. They don't sell
$50. That's a great deal.
Yep, complete. And Outback was $75.
Wow.
But a perfect survival across the chest.
Wow.
And he can basically just bring them to the Iconicon meetup. There's no need for him to ship them. I can wait because it's getting close, man. It's getting close.
Yeah. We are about 5 weeks away.
Yeah.
4 weeks from now, I'll be going to the airport.
Wow, cool.
I think 4 weeks tomorrow.
All right. Let's move on then to Tony's number 2 pick for most wanted G.I. Joe classified figure. And that's version 1 General Hawk.
Yep, General Hawk, 1986. I've got a real attachment to this fit. I have the vintage figure, but I had to restore him. He wasn't great, and he doesn't have the correct pistol. So I may be on the hunt for one of these when I'm at Joe Fest, actually, to get a nice minty one. This was the last G.I. Joe / Action Force, whatever you want to call it, the last figure that my parents bought me before we left England to come to Australia. As in, like, all of the removalists came, they packed up all of our stuff. It got put in a shipping container heading over to Australia. And then my mum bought this for me in Tesco's, and it became the G.I. Joe figure that literally lived in my pocket for the next 3 months as we traveled to Australia. We went via Singapore. It's a great figure. That the helmet looks awesome when the helmet's on, because it's got the goggles molded into the front of the helmet. It sits really well. I was a little bit torn. I kind of wanted to pick Footloose for this list because I really like Footloose. As you can tell, I like camouflage figures. I don't know. What do you think, Bobby? The vintage Footloose figure, like the artwork and the concept looks great, but the actual figure, the helmet looks dumb on him.
It does. It does. Yeah. This figure, the helmet looks a lot better. This helmet and Bazooka's helmet, I think, are two of the best, not just for the design of the helmet, but the way it actually sits on the figure as well. So, yeah.
Drew G seems to think that Classified is making this figure with blonde hair.
Why with blonde hair?
Yeah,
I don't know. I heard
those dummies don't know the difference between Duke and Hawk.
Yeah. Well, I heard they were going to put him in gold shin pads too.
Hey, they moved past the gold.
I know. All right. Cool, man. Yeah, there it is, General Hawk. No, mine.
And you know what I've just realized?
What?
If you customize vintage Joes, take the screw out the back, undo the O-ring thing, and swap arms out, this would be a good base for a Kerak torso.
Ooh.
Bare arms.
If Classified did it, if they wanted to do a deluxe version or something special, this figure would benefit from a soft goods like pleather jacket with a furry collar. It'd be a good one.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Kind of like something like that.
Ooh.
Whoa!
Look at that.
That is awesome. Very nice.
Damn, Avril looks good.
Yeah, she does. All right. This one, it was actually on Tony's list, but I stole it from him. I love this figure as a kid. I never had any of the accessories with it, but it is Shockwave. I did have his backpack, but I didn't have his weapons. I had one random ski, and I don't know what figure the ski was from.
Ski was from Blizzard.
Oh yeah, that era would have been Blizzard, yeah.
So I would put him on the ski sideways like it was his snowboard.
Hey, a figure, the Snow Serpent in 91 or 92 came with a snowboard.
Yep. I didn't have that one, but I just thought this guy was cool. I love the colors. I called it a ski mask when I was a kid. He's wearing a ski mask. I was obsessed with ski masks when I was a kid. I always wanted to wear one outside when I was playing. Like, Mom, she's like, it's 90 degrees out. It's summer. Right? You gonna wear a ski mask? I'm like, yeah, I want to wear a ski mask, Mom. I don't know.
Were your parents not a bit concerned you were going to grow up to be a little bit rapey?
Yes.
Mike was upset with wearing ski masks everywhere.
Yeah. But I mean, that's a balaclava, right?
See that, like, a balaclava is like thinner. This is like 1980s thick winter, like,
ski mask.
Ski mask, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, that was my pick for number 2.
It's a good pick, man. It's a really good pick.
Great pick.
Yeah, I think you had it as well.
Yeah, I did. I swapped it. I spin it.
Bobby, your third Joe. I hope I got the right version. I think I did. It's the 89 Stalker.
Woo! Damn, this figure's awesome. Blows the original version out of the water. This version of Stalker. Now, granted, I'm not, I don't like that mask. The mask is kind of cheesy. But I remember seeing this figure in KB Toys. My dad got it for me. I was like, dude, he has a boat. Like, what figure comes with a boat? And I remember, like, it takes up so much of the package. I was like, this is so cool. What figures came with, like, a vehicle? Like a vehicle this big. Look at that thing.
Yeah.
He's just a great figure, but the figure itself looks awesome. He's got this cool white jacket, like the white and then the green and brown camo complement each other really nicely. His face sculpt is awesome. He's got some shotgun shells on his jacket, even though he doesn't have a shotgun. He's got this cool, like, 30 cal on his boat. Like, dude, this figure was awesome.
So is he kayaking in, like, the winter?
Basically.
Okay.
Yeah, it's it says there Tundra Ranger.
Yeah. So it's like if they did him like they did Breaker, where, like, he comes with a boat, dude, I'd be all over this figure. This figure is amazing.
So, hear me out for a minute, because this is just... I'm seeing so many elements in the things that you're picking here, Bobby, that I'm already seeing in Action Force. And if you're digging this, I want to see a Valaverse version of Condor like this.
Ooh, look at you.
Nice.
Well, we might be able to do something like that.
Yes! I made a custom one of these Action Man size blown up once.
It was a tough choice because the Tracker figure from 91 came with a blow up raft, and he is pretty cool too. But Stalker's was better. This is an awesome figure. Again, this was one that I had suggested to the club, and they did, and they were able to, either the tooling still existed or they retooled the old boat from this figure and put it with the new modern
Did it float?
I think it does float. It comes with the support arm, so it does, it can kind of float. Yeah. But it's like the kayak is 2 halves, so I think water gets into it and it could sink. But it's, dude, awesome figure, man.
Do you know about, does the Cobra Hydroflow float?
Yes, it does.
Okay, so if I go,
so does the whale.
I knew the whale floated, but just with the hydrofoil, where you've got the motion where you can actually flip the hydrofoils down, obviously there's joints there where water can leak in, but they are pretty far up inside the hull. Yeah.
Scuba Pete says that baby floats.
Baby floats.
I'm pretty sure every kind of water-styled vehicle that Hasbro made for G.I. Joe, they made sure that it could float.
Float, yeah.
Can you just bring the card back up again, Ryan?
Sure.
Zoom in on the title there. So you got Stalker there with his cool, like, camouflage commando cap. The Tundra Ranger. Tundra. Why is that familiar? Tundra.
Couple weeks you might be driving in one, baby.
Ah, yes, that's it. Going to Joe Fest in style.
You driving a Joe Fest in style.
You didn't walk into the dealership and go, hey, I want to upgrade my truck. Want something named after a G.I. Joe. And they went, here you go.
he just brought in the briefcase with the big green V on it. Slammed it down on the counter.
I did.
Yep.
Well, no, what happened is that, my Tacoma can only haul like 3,500 pounds. And for Joe Fests, because I need to bring so much product, I have to get, a 6x12 trailer. The trailer itself weighs 1,900 pounds. Then you got to fill it with another 1,000 pounds. And then Tony weighs 250 on his own. So, putting all that in the truck and stuff, it's like I knew that the Tacoma just wasn't outfitted for it. And I had always wanted to upgrade to a Tundra. And it just so happened they had a really sweet TRD Pro in midnight black. And I said, I'll take it.
Nice.
It also helped that they gave me a ridiculous amount of trade-in money for my truck.
Ooh, nice. Yeah, Tony will probably be 250 when he goes back to Australia after all the Taco Bell and beer.
Well, we do everything in kilograms here, so I'm actually
trying to figure out what 250 is.
Yeah. What's that about?
I actually weigh 238 right now.
How tall are you?
How tall am I?
Yeah.
5'11".
Okay. Huh. All right. Tony's pick.
It's deceptive, Ryan. I'm a big, powerful man.
Yeah, I think. Well, you have a large head. That's a lot of it, I think. Tony, you picked.
My testicles weigh 11 pounds each.
Right. You picked Tunnel Rat.
I did pick Tunnel Rat. Yes. This was actually a late change. This was a late change because Ryan had Shockwave, and I did a little bit of googling on the internet. And I was like, oh man, nah. Tunnel Rat's another really, really cool figure. It's got the 2 flashlights, the TNT over the shoulder bag, another thing Bobby copied for Valaverse.
Yep.
Just an awesome, and and a lot of fans say that this was kind of the Larry Hama action figure, with him being kind of Vietnam era, being Asian American. Again, bit of camouflage on the face. All 3 of my Joe picks have had camouflage of some sort. Cool accessories. Good figure. Pain in the ass to find today with the torches.
Right.
What do you reckon the price difference would be, Bobby? Like a minty figure with the backpack and without the torches, and then with both torches.
Dude, I don't know, man.
You'd be paying $40 for the two
I completed my collection so long ago that it's like I can't even imagine what Joe prices are now. It's like I'm trying to collect vintage Star Wars, and that's ridiculous. But
yeah,
I think I probably paid $30 for this figure, maybe 10 years ago, 7-8 years ago, something like that. With both torches. Now the Night Force version that I have with both torches, it's like good luck finding that one. I think I probably paid $60 or $70. That figure is probably close to 200 now.
More than that, I think the Night Force one.
Geez, really crazy. I should sell my collection. Shit.
Bobby L. Collins does have a good point here. There's a few other people in the chat saying as well, that. Yeah, I don't.
That's some scope,
right?
It is, but I think the thing here is he's not going to go into any tunnel system even with his backpack on. What he's going to do is going to drop his backpack in a sniper rifle, and then he's going to take that pistol out of his chest holster with his torch, and he's going to go in the tunnel like that. So,
gotcha. Okay.
What is this?
Sal says, if you play your cards right, I might be able to make you an official real-life Tunnel Rat. No innuendo. I'm serious.
Sal.
I don't know. Sal, what are you doing? All right. Mine, you guys are not ready for this. For my choice. You're not ready. Bushido.
Woo! Wow.
He's not neon. He's
wild card.
He's baby blue. Tony just left.
Wild card.
He's baby blue.
I did the modern one for the club. So I'm
did you?
I'm okay with this figure.
Yeah, as a kid, I thought it was awesome. I saw all those blades in the package. You know, he's got an axe. He's got, I don't even know what these are. They had the 2 spikes on them.
Yeah, I don't know what those are either.
Like a sai with no main, whatever they are. Bunch of swords, the axe, and the samurai helmet. I was in.
Yep.
I thought it was awesome. And the package said Ninja Force, which was
the 90s, baby.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's weird that a samurai has, Ninja Force, but whatever.
Right.
Get into that.
Well, he was both. See,
there was a much better samurai than this in the G.I. Joe line.
And I know who you're talking about. Yeah,
was
Budo.
a great figure, man.
Budo almost made my list.
I didn't have that one, but I did have Bushido.
As a matter of fact,
and Bushido learned the ninja arts from Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow. I don't know if you knew that.
Ooh,
it's on his file card.
You got his file card? Look at that.
Yep. So that's my number 3, Joe. Bushido.
Good pick, Ryan. I like that you're going outside the box.
Hey, I had to pick figures that I had as a kid and that I played with a lot. And so that's what I went with. I didn't know what this guy's name was. I went to Google and I typed in Blue Ninja Vintage G.I. Joe. And I saw the picture, clicked on it, Bushido.
I'm sure the really expensive Ninja Viper showed up.
It might have. Jeremy says Ryan wants sci-fi as well. I don't. Which one is sci-fi?
He looks like RoboCop. He's green and silver. He looks just like RoboCop.
Is he the one with the Lobot thing on his head?
No, he's got a RoboCop helmet on.
Looks like RoboCop.
Yeah.
Don't remember it.
So you're picking a figure from childhood, but I'm not. This list is about bringing these figures into the classified line.
Right.
So if that was a 6-inch classified figure, you'd buy it. How many would you buy, Ryan?
I would just buy one. It would not be an army builder for me. Come on.
Yeah.
Just one. I have to build my Ninja Force, Tony.
I wouldn't.
Listen, we got a guy wearing an Avril Lavigne shirt, and you're focused on a baby blue ninja with the samurai helmet.
Don't drag Avril into this, man. Step off.
Okay. All right. Well, let's just move right into Cobra. Bobby, your first choice was. I got to add this back. Hooded Cobra Commander.
He's technically he's my number one. He's definitely the number one that needs to be on there. Now, I'm going to talk about this figure and I'm going to talk about why you're not getting one. And I know a lot of you think you know the answer, but I'll tell you who's responsible for us not getting this figure. This figure, for me, it was like growing up, this was the definitive Cobra Commander.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't get behind the Shield Cobra Commander. I just thought this one with the darker blue and the gold accents, this was a lot cooler of a figure. Battle armor was cool too, but this figure was it, man. I remember a friend of mine had him and I wanted him so bad. It wasn't until years later I got one. But this is a great figure. And when I did the San Diego Comic-Con Missile Command headquarters, Daryl DePriest was like, all right, well, that thing sold out in minutes. You know, we need a follow-up for next year. And I said, I already got it. And I think I mentioned it on either this show or Infinity Equation, but it would have been a modern 2-pack in a brown mailer box. And it would have been Hooded Cobra Commander and Duke, because we had a Duke that was supposed to be part of the Revolution set. That was a Sunbow accurate Duke with a new head sculpt and new secondaries that never got released. And then I would have taken the Ultimate Cobra Commander from Retaliation and painted him dark blue and gold accents and did them in a 2-pack. And Daryl was like, yeah, that's a great set. And we were going to do it. And then that was during the time where I was pitching my 6-inch Joe line, and we were working on it. And the third movie got canceled, and they canceled all Joe items, which was just silly. because we had a great follow-up to that Missile Command headquarters. And, so then I tried to tell the Collectors Club to do this Cobra Commander figure, and they said no. And I don't know why they turned it down, because it would have been an awesome figure, but it also would have been the last time you got that hooded Cobra Commander, but now the Retaliation one's the last time we got it. But the reason we don't get it, yes, he's wearing a hood, the connotation of that, but the person to blame for that is Lorenzo De Bonaventura, the producer on the G.I. Joe movies from Paramount. He was in a writer's room with Hasbro and all the higher ups, and they were going over stuff for the third movie. And they were showing all sorts of concept art and this and that. And I think Cobra Commander was there. And he said, don't you think people are going to, think a guy in a hood is from like the KKK? And from what I was told by someone in the room, they said that everyone's jaw just dropped. Like they had never noticed before or anything like that. And it was like people turned like shocked across the whole room. And from then on, hooded Cobra Commander can never be shown or mentioned ever again. So when, Super 7 Super 7 actually, I think, came out and said they weren't allowed to make hooded Cobra Commander, and Hasbro won't make, look how many Cobra Commanders they made, and we didn't get hooded. We got a bunch of shielded Cobra Commanders.
Yeah.
So the guy who made shitty G.I. Joe movies is to blame for now us not ever getting a hooded Cobra Commander. So,
and you're talking about the people in that room, the jaws hit the floor. They're like, we never made that connection before, because they had never gone 2 + 2 = 19. It's not. It's the KKK.
Well, it's also that the people in that room just didn't know the character. The people in that room, I could probably remember who at least 5 of them were, and like none of them ever knew who this. If you showed them this character without the Cobra symbol on it, they'd have no idea who this character is.
Jamelin Park says it must have been a room full of white guys.
Definitely a lot of them were. But yeah, it's like, guys, really, like
that is such a stretch. That is such a stretch. It's
but but Hasbro is also very conservative in that sense. Any little bit of backlash or anything like that, and they will tuck tail and run.
Bikini Leia.
Right? Exactly. So it's like you're letting one person complain about something when that one person isn't the one buying this. Us as fans, we want this. Who cares about the person that's not going to buy this?
Yeah.
I get it.
All right, so we'll never get a hooded Cobra Commander, but I know there's a lot of good 3D printers out there that are making really nice hooded Cobra Commander heads for classified. So, just check it out on Instagram. I wish I could shout one of them out, but I don't know any of their names. Tony, your first Cobra.
Just before we get into the Snow Serpent, right? The hooded Cobra Commander was a Woolworths exclusive mail away in the UK when I was a kid, and I remember saving up my action points, sending away. This would be the same year that I got that Action Force membership pack that me and Bobby fanboy over all the time. The fact that it was a mail away, and I was actually there in the 80s and saved up the points and sent away and got it in the mail. Very special. The reason I didn't put it on this list is because everything Bobby said, I'm like, they're never actually going to put it in classified. So I subconsciously just went, I can't put it on the list. But I respect you, Bobby, for going, no, still put it on the list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I was going to put Steel Brigade on my list, but then I remembered, wait, we got one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why it will always be the most wanted G.I. Joe. Because they can't do it now.
I mean, they could call them something different, and they could go off the original design, but
this is the only 12-inch sideshow G.I. Joe that I have. And if it was like mirror helmet Cobra Commander, I never would have got this. But he has the alternate head.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, you can see him on the side.
yeah, with the and the hooded head is far better. I love this guy.
Oh, nice. They put the file cards on those too.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, so tell us about Snow Serpent, Tony.
All right, Snow Serpent. I think when I was a kid, at that particular time, I don't think there was another action figure that had so many accessories.
Yeah.
He's got the 2 different snowshoes. He's got a backpack. He's got an AK-47. It's very, Cold War era kind of themed. It's Russian elements to it. So he's got the grey AK-47. He's got a blue parachute pack that straps around the waist and goes on the front. And then he's got a missile with a removable bipod that also attaches to the side of the backpack. Like, if they brought this into classified now, this would like automatically be a deluxe figure.
Sure.
Because of the amount of stuff they're getting. But yeah, to me, yeah, this was, this was a Cobra's version of a Russian Cold War Soviet type troop. I just love that whole concept. I think I've got 3 of these in my collection now. Yeah, I love this guy. Again, with the blue kind of parachute harness across the front as well. Everyone loves a good army builder. We haven't had a Snow Serpent yet. Just a badass figure, man.
Hopefully they include those snowshoes. That's awesome. I love the snowshoes on this guy.
The color palette on this figure is so sophisticated and fantastic. That gray and the white accents and then the blue, man, great figure.
Very cool.
And look, right. it would be the first time to get a G.I. Joe classified figure where I wouldn't complain about an action figure stand, because with them snowshoes on, those dudes can't fall over.
Yeah. Okay, so look at that avatar. All right, I saw a couple requests in the chat. Everyone's screaming about Dreadnoughts. I got you covered, because my first Cobra is Monkey Wrench. Loved this figure as a kid. I always wanted those grenades to pop off his bandolier.
Yeah,
I don't remember the weird gun, so I probably lost it, or maybe I never had it, or I don't know. But what is that thing supposed to be?
It's like a harpoon gun, because the bottom is a wheel. Because like those guys, they're in the bayou, so he's probably doing some harpoon fishing.
Now,
according to this, he's from North Wales.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, all right.
That's his place of birth. File card.
Yeah, they also describe. They put something weird on the back of here, and I was reading it, and I was like, he was born on Guy Fawkes Day. He used gunpowder to blow up the Houses of Parliament. You just wouldn't see that kind of stuff on the back of toy packages today.
What day is Guy Fawkes Day, Ryan?
It's November 5th.
Remember the 5th of November. Gunpowder plot and boom. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen the movie, okay?
Yeah, I grew up in England, mate. We used to.
Right.
It was our version of Halloween, and it was way better.
That's why Tim Kennedy has that goatee.
Yeah. Right, Ryan. When you're driving around in your truck, have you got mirrored sunglasses?
I do not. No.
I do.
Oh. I thought you picked this because when you drive around in the truck, it looks like you.
It does a little. I just have these. This is what I wear on a daily basis.
Amazing.
Yeah. But let's say classified doesn't give us a monkey wrench. That's why I got this guy.
Ooh.
Very nice.
Wow.
Yeah, very nice base body to build your own monkey wrench on. Otherwise, I wouldn't have gotten this because I've stopped collecting. The MCU figures, but Yeah, this is the Thor. What's it called? The Thor.
That's the Ravager Thor.
Ravager. That's it. Yeah. So
You've
Ravager
stopped
Thor.
collecting MCU figures, and yet you've just picked up that last week?
2 weeks ago, and I just said I got it in case I need to build a monkey wrench.
You're just making excuses because you've quit buying MCU, but you're still buying MCU.
Tony,
So
why
do the rest of the show without Tony?
So much.
I don't know. So yeah, monkey wrench. There you go. There's your Dreadnock. Okay, you can come back if you promise to behave.
Right, you've been ignoring me for days. I'm allowed to give you some stick tonight.
Oh my goodness! And I swear, if I'm not just right on my phone and I don't get right back to you, it's right.
Yeah,
well,
even I was like looking at that, and I was like, "Wow, Tony's very needy today."
Call me, Ryan.
High maintenance. It's high. Yeah, I'm high maintenance.
Man.
I think. Look, bear with me, guys. My wife's gone overseas. I'm not very domestic. My son.
You want me to replace your wife?
It's making me needy. You know, I need help.
Man.
My son has literally eaten hot dogs 3 nights in a row because I'm. I said, I promise, mate, no hot dogs tonight. We'll have a pizza.
All right. Okay. So, Bobby, this is a good choice. Your second choice for Cobra, you went with Road Pig.
Bam.
Another Dreadnock.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
He was a awesome figure. I remember. I think there was a lot about this figure that, like, I associated with like wrestling because, like, I was a big wrestling fan as a kid, and I would have wrestling matches with my GI Joes, and he had like the shoulder pads like Legion of Doom, and then it's like, dude, he's got a cinder block on a stick.
Yeah.
How do you you don't get better than that? And he's kind of jacked. He's got this cool kind of Schwarzenegger flat top. Like, this dude was badass, man.
He's got the anarchy symbol on his bicep.
Right?
Yeah, that's
edgy back then.
Oops, wrong way.
Yeah, he could be in a Mad Max movie. He kind of reminds me of one of the guys in. Do you remember the Running Man, the Schwarzenegger movie?
Yep, he could definitely be the Running Man. But look at that, the card art. Card art's so awesome.
Not sure about that wrist launcher. I like the cinder block though.
I'm pretty sure there was a guy in Mad Max that had that same wrist launcher.
Yeah.
Yep.
He should have came with a boomerang too.
Right.
Cool. All right. So there's we got another Dreadnock.
This is one figure that would actually benefit from the big gung ho body. I know they're putting a lot of a lot of dudes that aren't as big as that they should be and shouldn't be on that body. That's one figure that should definitely be on that body.
So Tony's second choice was Ripper, Dreadnock.
Yeah, so we've all picked a Dreadnock. I picked Rip. So in 1987, when Action Force International Heroes came out, all the comics I was reading at the time, the Action Force Weekly comics, it was kind of like the original core group of Dreadnoughts was obviously Zartan, but then it was Ripper, Buzzsaw, and Torch. Buzzsaw, dude's got a ponytail. My dad always told me never trust a man with a ponytail. But we didn't get Torch in the UK under the Action Force International Heroes banner. We got him 2 years earlier with Palatoy for some weird reason. So I was, as a kid growing up, it was like I didn't have that kind of core 3 set of Dreadnoughts, but I had Ripper, Buzzsaw, and Zartan. And I like this guy for one reason and one reason only, is that vicious looking blade on the front of his assault rifle. I just love it. Yeah. It's like after he, executes someone at point blank range, he can then just carve them up like a turkey. I love it. And You know, the rings on the fingers and all that stuff.
Bjorn, I'm gonna hold you to that comment, so you better get it done.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna make
Nice.
Road Pig Sledgehammer.
Yeah.
So is this like
Bjorn? If you're successful, just saying, do me a favor and make one for my buddy Sal. He loves the sledgehammer.
he does? Is this supposed to be some sort of like air compressor on his back, and that powers the jaws of life?
Yeah, they're the jaws of life, man.
Huh. Cool. Man, that's awesome.
It's an HPU, Ryan.
Okay. I'm waiting.
A hydraulic power unit.
All right.
That's what it is. It's a little gen set with a hydraulic pump. That's all it. Yeah.
Cool.
I hope he's got some earplugs or something like that. That's gonna get loud.
He's just deaf. I don't know.
Right. Now, you might be okay with this one, Tony. I don't know. The colors are a little weird, but my second choice for Cobra is Night Creeper Leader.
Woo! Ryan.
Man, wow. I love this thing, man. I will say this giant, whatever this thing is that shot a missile, that was dumb. Like, I took that out of the package, was like, what is this? Threw it, But he had the 2 samurai swords. This thing that he wore on his wrist, I'm not sure what that was supposed to be, but it had spikes on the end. Then he has
that so basically he had the same wrist launcher and forearm protector as Road Pig. That's
right.
What those are from.
Right. There he is in package. Battle Corpse, though, not Ninja Force. But I think there might have been a Ninja Force version of him or something. I found several different versions of him online.
Yeah, where he's purple and yellow, I believe.
Yeah.
That's a very, very orange figure, isn't it?
Very, yeah.
And
this was the 90s, man. They were just neoning it up.
But of all the different 90s Joes, I thought Battlecore was one of the better waves. Like that was the wave where we got a new version of Duke, who was like in Desert Camis.
Storm, yeah.
We got, is that the one where we got Dusty with the Coyote?
No. Dusty with the Coyote was 91.
Yeah.
This one was probably what, 92, 90.
This was 93, I believe. Yeah. Or the purple and yellow one might be 93 or 94, but this was either 92 to 94.
Yeah. What was with the blindfold? I always pretended like he was like a blind ninja, like that movie.
I think that's what they were going for, but
yeah,
I think he is. He's like Daredevil,
right? Yep.
That movie was Blind Fury with Rutger Hauer. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
The blind Vietnam vet.
Yeah, he had like white hair.
That's a great film.
Yeah.
The Velvet Platzi says hard to hide him in combat. I'll challenge you on that. This guy would not find it difficult to hide if he was fighting in an orange orchard.
Who said corpse?
You did. You called it Battle Corpse.
Oh, I know it's pronounced core. That was I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah.
Did I really say corpse?
You did.
Jeez.
I wasn't correct.
It's a live show. There's a slip of the tongue. I don't know why people have to point out these things in the chat. It's hard sitting up here for 90 minutes, keeping people entertained, and never having a slip of the tongue.
This is true.
Yes. All right. Well, let's move. I know, Bobby, you're not feeling well, so we are going to wrap this show up a little early tonight. But at least you showed up, powering through for the people. Next up, you went with the Hydro Viper, which here it is. Bam.
Yeah. Woo! This was like the precursor to, the neon stuff. This was, I believe this was 88, my favorite year. So you hadn't gotten there with the craziness yet, but this is kind of when they were doing weird things like Crystal Ball, Crocmaster, but then like this guy shows up with his webbed hand and he's purple and pink. He's got this cool like scuba mask on. He comes with a stingray. Dude, this figure was awesome.
His
Awesome.
mask, it was almost like, you know, if you wanted to play Predator with your figures,
Yeah.
with the Predator with the mask and everything. Look
Yeah,
at that.
Look at that card art, man. He's scary looking.
It's gnarly.
Yeah.
Very cool figure. He comes with what is that? Some sort of eel?
It's a
Or
stingray.
it's a stingray. Yeah, stingray.
Watch out, Steve Irwin.
Very
This
cool.
is sorry, that was delayed reaction there, Bobby. This is an awesome pick, Bobby. I'm annoyed now that I didn't pick this.
It was, I'll tell you what, it was between him and Night Viper. And I was like, Night Viper's really, really cool, but Hydro Viper was a special figure to me.
But Tony, you're okay with the purple and the red, but not the blue and the white on Bushido?
It's not the blue and the white on Bushido. It's
the ninja with the samurai helmet.
Yeah, like when Playmates came out with Samurai Ninja Turtles, you're like, dude, the ninjas and the samurai used to fight each other,
right? But not Bushido.
Yeah,
he learned the ninja arts and the samurai.
He learned the ninja arts from Storms, and it's like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Why doesn't he kill him and become supreme leader? Because he also knows the way of the Bushido. Like, I have no issue with this purple. I love this figure. I never had this figure as a kid. I love this figure. It's just awesome. That mark, cool. Man. Yeah. I like. Wouldn't it be cool to see, you know, a Valaverse Swarm Trooper kind of inspired by a Hydro Viper?
Ooh, a water Swarm Trooper?
Yeah.
A School of Fish Trooper.
Now we're talking.
Yeah.
Now we're talking.
Yeah, that codename School.
All right, Tony. You went with Water Guy too, the Cobra Eel.
Man, what can I say about this figure that I haven't said in countless other videos? This character appears on the front cover of it was my favorite comic book cover of all time, Action Force Weekly issue 2, where he's in the sewers underneath London being pursued by Scarlet and Snake Eyes. This is my personal favorite of all of the classic Cobra Troop Builder figures. Like, I love the Crimson Guard. I love the Cobra Officer. The Snow Serpent's on here as well. This is my favorite. If Hasbro brought this into the classified line and they did it well, I might have to buy half a dozen of these because I've just got a thing for the Cobra Eel. I love it, and yeah.
Yeah,
good luck finding this vintage figure with the mouthpiece intact.
I have one, man. I have one.
What do I? I got one too, but I had one that broke, but then I got a new one.
Well, so the trick is, so that piece there,
this one,
the chunky bit in the middle, it plugs onto the two pegs on the front of his mask, and then you bend the bits round and plug it into the backpack. I've just stuck it on the front and left them sticking out like that.
That's exactly how I did mine. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It gets pretty brittle over time, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I tried to bend one and they snapped. I was like, well, now I got to get a new one. So
yeah.
They didn't like break when we were kids. I think it's after, over several years, whether the plastic grades a little bit or whatever, but comes with a harpoon gun. The backpack is actually, it's in two parts, but you can't quite see here. The bottom kind of jets unplug. Do you ever know why they did that, Bobby? I can never understood why they did that.
I was curious about that as well. I'm not sure.
Like it was a cool little feature. Like it was a, you know, when you're playing your little toy scenario and he gets onto the deck of the Cobra Hydroflow and you want to, he's doing like, you know, the commando gear up before he goes on a mission. It's an extra bit you've got to click on. I used to love doing that kind of thing.
And leave it to a guy named Scuba Pete to tell us that the piece is called a regulator.
What would Scuba know about diving equipment?
Thank you, Scuba. The regulator. All right. I guess I am last up. So my last pick, Voltar. I had this when I was a kid, and yeah, this was like my my G.I. Joe Darth Vader. Like in my mind, he had been like scarred beyond belief and almost killed in battle, kind of like RoboCop, and then rebuilt. That's what this helmet was. But the actual character I know nothing about. But I love this figure, and I would love to have a modern 6-inch version.
He was so he's got the Iron Grenadier logo on there. The Iron Grenadier was a sub team led by Destro, so that's when Destro went from having a silver face mask to a gold face mask, and he started wearing a cape. And this was Destro's general, so he had his Iron Grenadiers, and he had a general, and you know, this figure to me is like almost got a bit of like a Flash Gordon inspiration to it, with the costume design and stuff. A little bit Ming the Merciless kind of. Yeah.
And he's got a friggin' vulture. Look at that. Comes with a vulture. Like after he kills you, his vulture eats you.
He's not as cool as Raptor, man. Raptor was an awesome figure. He almost made my list.
What?
Yeah. I said it.
What color would you call this suit? Now we got the casual critic here saying the pink suit annoyed him back in the day. Is that pink to you guys? To me, it's like a maroon.
It's more maroon.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, you know, is the dress gold or blue?
Well, I mean, the artwork, the suit looks red, but the figure, yeah, I'd say a maroon or a really deep purple.
Yeah. Yep. Those are our choices. Any honorable mentions, guys?
I said Raptor was an honorable mention. Listen, now hear me out. I'm gonna say why. Like, listen, the Collectors Club did Raptor. They updated him so he had like tech wings, almost like Spider-Man Vulture. That's how you could do that figure. I feel like you can get away with doing that figure. I wouldn't, make him shirtless with the tech wings. I would give him kind of like a cool fight suit, but I feel like Raptor could be done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tony, how about you?
Honorable mentions. I almost picked Repeater, which Repeater was, I think, around 88 or 89. He was like a kind of a US Army Ranger, had a cool backpack, had a peaked like Army Rangers cap, and he had kind of like a 50 cal machine gun, but it had a stabilizer arm that plugged into his waist.
Yeah.
Very, very similar to Apone and what was it, the two like machine gunners in Aliens.
That's right.
What were their names again? The two machine gun.
I don't remember, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So you had this cool machine gun that came around, and one hand had a sleeveless black glove on it. So just a classic military looking figure with a cool arrangement.
Timothy Ward would like to see Mutt and Junkyard.
Yeah. If I could have real quick one Cobra honorable mention, it would be Battle Armor Cobra Commander. I'd love to see that. I'd love to see that in classified version.
Jeremy said, how did nobody pick Chuckles? He almost made my list, and the only reason why he didn't was because I have so many suited bodies from Marvel Legends at this point. I'm kind of like a little over it. And Chuckles, he has like the slacks and a button-up Hawaiian shirt.
Here's my thing with Chuckles. I know like Joe fans love Chuckles. And don't get me wrong, I love some terrible figures like Raptor. But man, I just don't get the allure of Chuckles. Like, granted, he's in one of my favorite G.I. Joe comic series, but he's a terrible figure. Like, the head sculpt on that figure is maybe one of the ugliest faces in the whole entire G.I. Joe line. He almost looks like Rodney Dangerfield. But he's just like, to me, it's like he's not a cool figure. Jeremy unsubscribed. Yeah, I said it.
No, he didn't. Look, he's still commenting.
He comes with one pistol and like a small holster, like no back. He didn't come with like a bunch of accessories. He was like a kind of a really lame figure. And like I'm gonna get chastised by Joe fans about Chuckles because people love Chuckles. I don't know what the allure is with the undercover Hawaiian shirt Rodney Dangerfield. I don't get it.
I guess it's kind of like Face from the A-Team, you know?
Yes, yeah.
Maybe. Whatever. It's fine. I'm fine with Chuckles. Neil Hill says Chuckles was a Miami Vice nod, right?
Probably. All those guys kind of took nods from things.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, you know the retro blasting theory that Chuckles is unmasked Snake Eyes, because the only 2 years he appears in the toy line is the 2 years when there is no Snake Eyes in the toy line. And in the comics, whenever you see Snake Eyes out of his combat uniform, he's always wearing a floral Hawaiian shirt. And have you guys ever seen that the video retro blasting did years ago? Like,
I haven't, but I'm gonna go watch it now.
It's only a short video. It's awesome. It's done as a bit of a spoof where Michael's like playing the role of being actually a film director who wants to make a movie, and it's going to be Chuckles the movie, and this is why he's picking this character. It's awesome. Go. It's only a short video. It's a great watch.
I will check it out.
Cool. All right. Well, let's let Bobby get home to have his tea and whiskey.
My NyQuil. I'm gonna take some NyQuil and I'm gonna ass out.
Yeah. You think you got the COVID again?
No, the Rona only got me once. And then I said, "You're not getting me again." So no, it's. I mean, who knows? They say this last strain of it is the weakest strain, and it kind of just feels like a common cold. When I got it, I lost the taste and the smell, and that was awful.
Yeah.
It was much different. This is definitely a cold that I've had many times. So
yeah.
You know.
All right, everybody. Well, please, on your way out, hit that like button. I know you're all subscribed, but if you're watching, you haven't commented, and you're not subscribed, please do subscribe. What are we at now, Tony? You got that pulled up?
Yeah, we just jumped up another 10, so we are 838.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
Almost there.
Inching closer to...
You know what I'm going to do? When we hit 1,000 subs... We're going to do a raffle here on the stream out of those 1,000 subscribers, and I will give away some prizes out of my personal collection.
This here is the 3-0 Hulkbuster.
And
I'm not going to give it away. I just wanted to show you guys.
I was like, where did he go with this one? I was like, can I put my name in as a subscriber?
I'm not giving that up. I'll find something cool to give away. For sure. That'll be great. Good idea.
I will come up with some really cool stuff. There's one caveat to this, though. That's if we don't hit 1,000 subs before Iconicon, that deal's off. Because I don't want to pay international shipping. I want to bring the prizes with me to the States.
All right.
And then send them to you.
Yeah, and then he's going to make me ship them out. He's going to be like, hey, take care of this, would you?
Here you go, Bobby. A chore.
Well, I hadn't even thought of that, Bobby, but now you mention it.
You're welcome.
Yes. Neil, 3POA does have merch. You can go to, what's the website, Tony? It's on the Analog Toys. Teespring.
Yeah, teespring.com. I wonder if I can quickly put it in the chat.
That'd be great. Yes, there is. You can t-shirts, hoodies. You can get the 3POA logo. Like, I don't know if they do hats, but definitely t-shirts, hoodies, tank tops, stuff like that. So I think that's it.
At the same website where you can go to the Valaverse PX as well. So,
Yep.
Yeah. And you can also just click on any Analog Toys video, and the link is in the description, right?
yes. Actually, that's probably the easiest way for me to get the link.
Yeah.
I'm struggling here. It should be in the description of these videos, man. We'll figure
Yeah,
that later.
I should do that. You're right.
Yeah, if you search Teespring, as in TEE Spring, and then Analog Toys Apparel, that should take you to the Analog Toys store where the 3POA stuff is.
Awesome. All right, everybody. We'll see you.
Hey, real quick, did anyone happen to notice who was at the Valaverse headquarters today?
Yeah.
Was it a maggot?
It might have been a maggot. Might have been a maggot.
Yeah.
You know, might have been a guy that came in and said Valaverse is dead. We had Sarge here for those of you who missed it on the Valaverse social media. Sergeant Slaughter was at the Valaverse HQ today, going over some secret mission stuff. Working out some things. So he wanted me to tell Iron Ken he said hi. But also, he was here hanging.
Bobby, I don't want this to come across as though I'm disappointed about Sarge. I'm not. That's terrific. But as you were leading into that, I thought you were going to say that today at the Valaverse headquarters, Avril Lavigne was here, and I was going to blow my mind.
Listen, if Avril Lavigne was at the Valaverse headquarters, I probably wouldn't be on this show right now.
I wouldn't blame you swapping Avril Lavigne for us two nerds.
Yeah. All right, everybody.
Yeah.
Anything else to add, Bobby?
Big news coming. You'll see. Cool stuff.
Stay tuned. Joe Fest is June 25th. The Valaverse panel is Saturday the 25th.
Yep.
Lots of
3:15.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That promo video I did for Valaverse going to Joe Fest, just the one with the music and all that stuff. Ignore the dates at the end because I'm a complete idiot. I said June 26 and 27. So if you turn up on June 26, you're going to miss the panel. It's the day before. I think I had it, because normally if it's Saturday the 25th there, it's Sunday the 26th here in Australia, but it's not a YouTube live stream. It's an in-person panel. So just ignore the fact that I got those dates completely wrong, but also that nobody has noticed so far until I just said that.
Okay. All right. So, stay tuned to the channel. I might have some other stuff going up this week. And then we'll be back in 2 weeks for the 3POA podcast here. So thank you. Hit that like button on your way out or the dislike. It doesn't matter. And we will see you guys in a couple weeks. Later.